Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today I'm here with.
Senria Nath.
Okay, so obviously, I don't know if you've checked out my channel. I don't think I sent it to you, but with my channel and stuff, I interview a lot more rappers and stuff. Obviously, we don't get many singers on here. So, for those who don't know you, because I don't think many people would have heard from you because you're a singer, you're not really the target audience. Could you
Mhm.
introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm 19 and I'm currently a student at college, but I've been singing on stage since I was 3 years old, and I've been performing all around. I used to live in Wisconsin, so all around the Milwaukee, Chicago area. And then now I'm in Georgia and I've been performing in the Atlanta metro area. And just currently, like, I've been writing songs since I was 11, so just trying to release my own music, get myself out there, and I love singing on stage and just sharing my like musical gift to other people.
Okay. Um,
Mhm.
let's go a bit more into your roots and where you're from. How was it growing up in Milwaukee?
Yeah, it was very cold, snow all the time. It was honestly like not a lot of opportunities though. Like it was very like whatever I could get, like singing here and there. My both of my parents sing and like my family's from India, so mainly I grew up singing like Bollywood songs or like different languages, and I ended up being able to sing like in 6 languages plus. So like a bunch of diverse languages, and then I of course like I feel like I resonated best with English because it's like what I talk most in, it's what I think in. And so like hearing songs on the radio like Brave by Sarah Bareilles or like Let It Go from Frozen, I would always pick up on songs and just sing them on stage and wherever my parents would take me.
Okay, that's nice. A bit more into where you are now. How is it living in Atlanta?
Yeah, there are definitely so many more like opportunities here. Definitely with my age, I think I'm focusing more on studies now because although I would love to pursue singing as like a full-time career, it's not stable. So I'm like in school for computer science and also pursuing that pathway. But I do try to give whatever free time I have to like working on my own music. And currently, like, that's how you found me. I'm trying to like branch out on social media a little bit and just seeing how I can reach more people.
That's nice. So you mentioned that when you were younger, you sang more Bollywood songs because you're from India, this and that, right? Do you feel like your younger past and like the songs that you grew up singing, like, do you feel like that reflected on what you do now today, or do you feel like you've moved on from, the Bollywood and you're doing your own type of thing now?
Mhm. That was always the biggest thing. I feel like honestly, like like my mom really wanted me to like push like going into like Hindi or like other language songs. But me personally, like I don't know how to speak Hindi. I don't know what I'm saying when I'm singing these songs most of the time. So it's like a huge disconnect for me, even at like a young age, because it just didn't like make sense to me at all. Like I was just doing it because I was told to, kind of thing. So even like as like a young like child, I like still like I liked English singing the best, and I felt like from a young age to now, like I love like being able to belt and sing like those high notes. So I feel like that's more prominent in like English music than Bollywood music anyway. So
Okay, that makes sense. Do you feel like the environment that you grew up in, like Milwaukee and Atlanta and I believe Chicago too, correct?
I mean, I never lived there, but it was so close to Milwaukee, so we
Okay.
just like would drive there.
Okay. Do you feel like the places that I mentioned, do you feel like they reflect on your singing now today, or do you feel like you're disconnected from those areas and you're just doing, your own path?
No, I think it's actually a huge like it really makes me feel grounded because I feel like maybe because it wasn't so flashy and everything was so humble, like it makes me really like get the one-on-one like connection to the audience. There's so many times where like it's such like small community, like smaller places, and I'd sing on stage and then afterwards like so many people in the audience would come up to me and like tell me things, and in bigger stages in Atlanta and stuff, I feel like everyone's more like doing their own thing and it's not as personal. And although there weren't many experiences, like they were all so memorable as a child, and I got to make so many like good connections and experiences through being in Wisconsin.
Um, moving on from, well, obviously it's good that obviously you have a lot of people, a lot of supporters. Even like it's kind of crazy too, knowing that people come up to you after stage. I feel like that doesn't happen with everybody. So obviously that's a surreal experience. Me personally,
Yeah.
I actually, fun little fact here, and nobody knows this, but I actually used to sing too. I
Oh
used to be in the choir at for my school. There are many videos of me online.
Okay.
nobody came up to me. So honestly, it's nice. It's nice to hear like at least people truly do care about singing and stuff. I feel like you gotta have a specific crowd because when I was doing it, I was going to like big shows. It was just a whole bunch of rich people. They didn't really care, you know. So it's nice. It's nice knowing that like there's people who actually care and shit.
Right.
But
That's like the biggest thing I do it for, honestly. Like I sing and volunteer at like senior centers, and like it's so touching to see like an older person, like maybe they weren't like moving at all that day and just sitting to themselves, and then they're like stirring to the music, and it's just like that's what really drives me, honestly.
that's sweet. Obviously, I feel like we might know the answer to this based off your previous responses. But what do you feel like sparked you or inspired you to start singing?
Honestly, my parents, because like constantly at the house, like constantly my dad's humming something, my mom's singing, like it's always like someone singing at my house, like 24/7. So I'm an only child, so they were really able to put like all their attention towards me in like singing. And I think like honestly, if they weren't my parents, I would not have been able to have such support and guidance to be able to sing.
Do you feel like there are any other influences, or do you feel like your parents are the major, too?
Yeah, I definitely have such a strong connection to music. Like nothing makes me more happier than singing or listening to music, like regardless also. And I guess just like maybe like watching like America's Got Talent and seeing like little girls, like I always thought like I wish that was me. Like I know I have that like potential and that ability, and I did audition for like America's Got Talent when I was little, but it's very like politics heavy if you don't have like a sob story, or like if something like it's not as easy as it seems, because I feel like I did like a wonderful job auditioning, but it didn't really like I didn't have a sob story or something, so it didn't rack up. But
I get what you mean. Honestly, I've seen some of the America's Got Talents. Some of those stories don't even make sense, and yet they still get the
oh
golden
yeah.
buzzer. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
can't really do much about it.
Right.
So I mentioned earlier you've been making videos for a while now, over a decade. I don't know
Yeah.
if obviously I don't think you were making them when you were younger. I feel like it was more your parents, but videos of
Yeah.
you singing and stuff have been uploaded for like a long, long, long time. Do you ever reflect and look back at like your younger self singing on your YouTube page or anything like that? Do you ever look back and like reminisce or anything?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's honestly kind of like bittersweet, because it's like I know like little me was doing so well and like singing so good, but I felt like she didn't have like such a big audience, or like compared to like what you see today with like auto tune or whatever. I feel like I was already doing so much at such a young age that I wish like I had like the luck to have a bigger platform even back then.
Do you feel like obviously from what it seems from an outside perspective, a lot of your singing life and stuff has been pretty publicized and posted online and stuff. Do you feel like you wish looking back now? Do you feel like you wish a bit more if it was more private, or do you feel like it's fine being all public and everything?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I feel like because it never like blew up or anything, like honestly, like most of the people starting out were like people we knew, like on like following me on the YouTube channel, and like it hasn't really like gotten that much traction, I feel like, compared to like real like children being exploited on YouTube or whatever. So I know that if you search like even my first name, I might be like the only result, or like there's so many pictures of me. And I think I just wish I had more exposure rather than like, oh, as a child I should have had less or something.
I get what you mean. Do you feel?
Mhm.
Did you ever feel pressure when you were younger to sing, or was it all just love?
That's a really good question. I think when it came to like Bollywood singing, it was definitely a lot more of like a I don't want to do this, like a little bit of like tussling with my mom, or like in a new language where I have like no idea like what even this language is, like Tamil at that time. And it definitely like annoyed me, because I always would tell my mom like, no, I want to sing more English, I want to sing more English, but like it's also the scope, because like sometimes the only thing she could find for me to sing at were those like Bollywood events, so I kind of had to just take what I could get at those times.
Do you ever feel like now that you're more grown and stuff, do you feel like you want to go back to singing or try singing more Bollywood songs? Or do you feel like you're done?
I think, okay, so my dad, he works in IT, but he also books gigs for singing, like Bollywood shows. And like sometimes I'll tag along if he needs a female singer. And like depending on the like who's organizing it, because they are gigs, we are getting paid, which is very fortunate that we're able to like our singing is so serious and so loved. But also I also kind of it matters to me like who are the people. Like there's certain people that you can see just how much they love my singing, and to them like it means so much by me being there. So those are the people I kind of prioritize singing those songs for.
Okay. When it came to the YouTube channel when you were younger, do you feel like, younger you wanted to do that, or do you feel like that was more your parents' decision for the YouTube and everything?
Oh yeah, I definitely liked it. Like I mean most of the videos are just like me singing on stage and then my mom recording it and filming it. So I think like half of the time I didn't really understand like what it meant to be like put on YouTube. I was just like I thought like oh, I'm just singing on stage. I didn't realize there was more going on. But there's some videos too where like I remember when I was younger, like the Mulan, like a song from the movie Mulan, like we made a little music video for it and I had a lot of fun doing that. And I think half it didn't register for me, and then half when it did register for me it was like kind of like nice to see the positive comments or just like how many people have viewed it or liked it and those kind of things.
Okay. Circling back here, I know we mentioned this earlier, but might not be relevant now, but it just came into my head. What are the six languages that you do speak?
Okay, well I only speak English and Bengali, which is an Indian language, but I when I say I can sing in these languages, I mean like I have like sung like on stage in these languages before. I sang in well obviously English, Hindi, Bengali, Tamil, Punjabi, Assamese. Those are the six. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
obviously, I'm gonna assume, no offense to my audience here, that most of them don't know what those are because I don't feel like they don't know the Indian provinces and the differences and
So
everything.
true.
Which Indian province are you from?
Yeah, so my parents are from, they're actually states there. So the state called Assam, which is in the northeast. I haven't lived there myself, so honestly, I don't know the geography and stuff. But it's, I know the predominant language is Assamese, but we're like a rare, like Bengali family from like one city there. So,
Okay. Have you
yeah.
ever visited, or
Yeah, to see my like grandparents and cousins. Yeah.
how was it?
It's very different from here. Like it's definitely I think it's a very good experience to get to go there and see my family's roots because it's not the industrialized like nicest part of India. It's like a pretty like underdeveloped place and it's like it makes me very grateful that I got to be born here and like grow up in America and not have to like go through the struggles they had to face.
I
Mhm.
understand that. Honestly, I come from a pretty rough background too when it comes to countries and
Mhm.
stuff. So I understand where you're coming from. Um, More so back onto you. Uh, Less questions about where you're from, but back onto you. How do you separate you as an artist from you as a person when it comes to interactions with people and everything?
Oh, that used to be so hard for me, especially like when I was like 13, 14, like just like entering those ages. 'Cause to me my whole identity was like I'm a singer. Like that's all there is to me. And like when I wrote my college essay, like I always thought like someone said that if you drop your college essay on the floor and someone picks it up, they should know who it is. And it was all about singing and like whenever I go, I expect someone like they should probably know that I'm a singer or whatever. And it definitely hits because at those ages when I'm like everyone's figuring out their identity and stuff, like that was my identity. And some people were very mean to me regarding that, maybe out of jealousy or something, but like that's probably like not that I'm like bragging or anything, but I'm just like saying like that's like the unfortunate truth. And um like with that being my identity, honestly, like it's a very personal topic for me, but I dealt with a little bit of depression going into like those times in my life because as a young like singer, I thought that like I'd be famous one day, like that's what everyone was telling me, and to like I tried to put myself out there and make my own like personal like YouTube channel separate from my main one where I released cover songs over the pandemic and posted on TikTok and I would get like barely like not even like 50 views and it just like really got to me. And I think now as I'm like 19, I've definitely been able to like come to terms with like what I've been doing, where I'm at, and be able to differentiate between Senria as a singer and Senria as a person.
That's good.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have to ask: are you doing better now, or
Yeah, no, 100%. I think it's just the lack of scope. Like I just didn't like I to me it was so ingrained that like I would be famous one day and that was like something so achievable and it genuinely is a lot of luck. Like as no matter what I do, no matter how much I like put myself out there. It all comes down to luck these days. I feel like maybe back in like the 90s or the 80s it was on pure talent, but I feel like nowadays it's your connections and like maybe luck on the internet. And I feel like anyone can auto-tune anything, or if they have enough money they can like be a famous singer or whatever, and like talent isn't like the main thing anymore. But I'll just see where life takes me, and I'm already so grateful for what I'm already getting on my new like TikTok and Instagram attempts.
Obviously, your TikTok and Instagram attempts are going well because that's what led to this. So
Right, exactly. I was
just
so elated when you like asked me for an interview. I was like, wow, I'm doing something right. This is great.
well, I was normally when I find artists to interview, like I'll be scrolling on Instagram and then it'll be a sponsored post, but the fact that yours was not sponsored at all and it actually came up, I'm just saying, you know,
Wow.
it's
That's
doing well.
that's great to know.
Um, More so regarding your music now. Let's say I never heard your music. Obviously, I've listened to your album. I had to do research. You know, obviously before coming into here. Let's say I never listened to your music. How would you describe your sound to me?
Mm. That's honestly, I should be better at answering this, but I feel like because I'm just doing whatever I feel like with music, I always tell people like, "Oh, I do pop," because I just wanted to maybe find like a mainstream way to like be able to get like heard or something. And I do have like really hyper pop songs, but I feel like I also randomly have like ballads and like a R&B type song and like a soft rock song. So I wish I could have a more concrete answer to that. And I feel like my album was very like emotional, but I feel like each song was its own genre. Like I don't know if you maybe felt that way after hearing it or what,
I
but I
felt that way, especially with the Let me hold on. Wait, let me try to pull it up here. I think it was the Bunny is Dead one.
right.
Yeah, that one I felt was you know, not I don't say it in a rude way either, but that one was like different than the rest. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Like that was such a like pop like guitar. Like I put in like more like what you'd hear on the radio, whereas like the first and last song were so like I don't know, like emotional, heavy, like ballad. So honestly, I guess I've no label, I've no nothing, so I just do whatever I want. And I know I should probably figure out a sound so if someone really likes the song, they can hear other songs like it. But I guess I'm just messing around for now.
Okay. Well, I mean, listen, if you have what is it again? 100 something listeners right now. Obviously, you're doing something right. So,
Thank you.
um, don't worry about your sound for now, because if you have 150 right now, they don't care what your sound is, then hey, already that's doing better than most. So
I appreciate it.
moving on to your songwriting, process and all that. How do you
Mhm.
come up with a song? Like, break us down through the process of finding the beat. How if you just freestyle or write your lyrics or what, like how
Mhm.
what's your process like?
Okay. I think for like every song I've made, the process has been like entirely different. Like the very first song I ever made, my friend produced a beat, and I was like, that's a good beat. Let me just like freestyle on it. And that's what the first song is. And all the time I'm writing lyrics. Like in my Google Drive, like I have over like 120 lyrics just sitting there. Yeah, like every time I even have like honestly I use it like as a journal. Like anytime I want to say something good or bad, I'm immediately writing a song. Sometimes in the middle of my sleep I'll wake up because I was like, wait, like I came up with a song idea. Lyrics or sometimes like melodies will come to me. Like it's so funny, in my first song on my album I couldn't come up with like what the tune for the verses should be, and I was literally sitting in my like calculus class, and my like teacher, she's so sweet, she's like an Asian lady, and so she talks like really like up and down, and I liked the way she said something so much that I like kept repeating it, like humming it to myself, and my friend like thought I was going crazy. And then immediately after I left class I recorded like the way my teacher said something, and that's the tune for my song. So I feel like it's so random. Like I wish I don't have like a concrete process, but like my song No Clue, like I finished that whole song in like 20 minutes. Like the tune, the writing it, everything. It just like came to me all at once. So it's really just like whatever I'm feeling in the moment. So,
Obviously, you mentioned you wrote No Clue in 20 minutes. What's the longest time it's taken you to write a song or compose a
ooh,
song?
I feel like for me, like lyrics come to me at once. Like if I'm like writing lyrics, I can do that in one sitting. But if I have to like put tunes to a song, like sometimes that'll take like a really long time to get like, because songs have like many parts to them. So like maybe I'll try and try and try. But I feel like it's easiest for me if there's already like the beats made or already the instrumental made. Because I feel like I'm really good at just like listening to an instrumental and then putting like a melody on top of that. Like sometimes if I'm listening to instrumental, like studying music, I'm cooked because I'll just start singing on top of it. But the longest one, honestly, is probably the first. In this album, I feel like a lot of the songs are parts of songs that I already had. Like the chorus of I Forgot was a tune that I made in like 2020. So I don't know like the longevity of one whole track because it's like I've been working on them and then putting them all together towards the end. But the album itself, I can say I officially started working on in September and then I released it now in July.
Okay, that's not that bad. When you
Mhm.
put it into words, though, the 2020 hook there, that's a if you put that into technicality, that's about 4 years. So you could just
Exactly. Yep.
that's quite a while.
Exactly.
Regarding more your sound, what emotion would you describe goes well with your music?
That's a really good question because it's so random. I feel like all of my songs are so different that what drove my album release was like I have all these like I'm going through all these things. There's so many like things going on in my life, but there's no one song out there that I can listen to relate to it. So that's when I was like, you know what? I think I have to just like do this myself. So I feel like the emotion in my album, at least, like the energy for that one, is more like a. I don't know if you like took a chance to like really listen to the lyrics, but they're very emotional. Like they're very, like not so happy. But I guess like my very first song, Hummingbird, I wanted it to be like kind of ironic because the beat is like a lo-fi type beat, like it's upbeat, but the lyrics are actually kind of depressing. Like it's basically talking about like I wish I was a hummingbird so like I wouldn't have to be like a mistake in the human race, like so I could just like fly away and not really like be here anymore. So it's like I like to like mess with different things, like maybe an upbeat melody and then like really sad lyrics or just like free for all lyrics like in Jay. But I think the energy is very basis on like song to song.
Um, I will say I did, you know, get a good hint of like all the lyrics and stuff while I was researching you. I had all your
Mm-hmm.
music playing in the background, so I feel like I got a hitch of it. For you, all you see, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume all the songs you've written or most of them are based off of your own emotions and personal experiences.
Yes.
Okay. Regarding that, for you, what song means the most to you that you've released or even no really? For now, we'll do release. For now, we'll do release.
Mm-hmm. That's a very hard one because honestly when I'm answering that question I don't want to say like a song that brings me back to like a sad time because that's I feel like for me when I'm writing a sad song it's more as like a final like I'm done with that like me writing and releasing the song means I'm done with that emotion. I don't have to dwell on that anymore, like it's not a part of me anymore. So I think out of my happy songs, which aren't that many, but my favorite would be No Clue because I wrote that about my boyfriend, so for his birthday. So it's like very sweet, very nice.
That's sweet. Um,
Mhm.
for you, do you feel like obviously I don't know if you were songwriting back when you were 3 years old, but when you started songwriting, do you feel like the evolution process? You feel like you've changed a lot from how you first started writing to now?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because when I released Stars, actually that one was the very first song I ever wrote. Wrote because on my iPad mini in second grade, I just like was like recording myself like singing that song. So the lyrics are like so bad, but it like meant a lot to me. So in sophomore year of high school, I think. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna finish this song, release it, and I was clowned so much because the lyrics are so like they don't really make sense. They don't really mean anything. So I know, like in the beginning, like people would tell me like my songwriting sucks, and I love feedback. Like no matter how awful it is, like even if a hater is giving me feedback, I want to listen to it because I just want to like improve no matter what. So I think with my album, like lyrically, this was like the best work I've done, and I didn't even like draw on my like 120 like drafts. Like they were all completely fresh, and like reflect my like current age and maturity. So I feel like at least with these songs I tried to not just like write things as they were. Like one of them is like describing a story, like I forgot is like a story, and then queen is like a metaphor for like a friendship falling out, but like describing it as like we're two queens that like used to rule and then now we don't anymore. And then bunny is dead is like I'm singing to the murderer that killed Bunny, but I'm Bunny. Like Senria is Bunny. So that's how I wrote that. So it's like I I feel like I did a lot of really like hard thinking and creative work with my album at least.
Okay. I'm gonna open up a parentheses here. You mentioned high school, and actually, this is something I want to speak about and talk about. How was it being in high school with? I don't know if everyone knew, but with people knowing that you were, a singer.
Yeah, honestly, that's it's that was a whole experience because like I said, like I feel like in high school itself, like people would be like rude to me because like people that I thought were my friends were like weird or like mean to me because they didn't like that I was like so good at singing. Like at a birthday party, if we're all doing karaoke and I sing good, like they'll all be like shut up, like we get it, you're good, like nobody wants to hear you. And I'm like, okay. And then but at school, I would actually sing the national anthem at football games. And at our school, we would have MLK assemblies, and I would sing like in front of the entire school. So I didn't even realize it, but I went to a high school where there's a magnet program. So I was basically a part of like 100 kids where we would take like more STEM classes. And I never really interacted with most of the student body. Like I only knew those 100 kids and nobody else. Like I didn't know the majority, like thousands of kids that went to my high school. But when senior superlatives came around in the yearbook for most likely to get famous, I won. And I was so shocked because I didn't think anyone really knew me. I thought only those 100 kids that I was like in the STEM program with knew me. And I'm surprised that like 1,000 kids that I genuinely have never met, never talked to, never seen before, like voted for me. That means that like maybe they knew who I was from like singing at all these events, and that like really like touched me. I was like, wow, like that's so interesting. Like that's so nice.
That's cool.
Mhm.
Do you feel like when it came to high school, do you feel like you were more shy to release music because of the backlash that you'd received from people that you call your friends or people that you don't know?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that was a big part?
Um yeah, honestly, like high school was a lot of like ups and downs. Like it was exactly how people think like oh goodness, high school. But I'm grateful that I always had like my parents' support and I had like my like close friends' support that like at the end of the day, even though those people were hating and like maybe there was truth to like my lyrics were really bad, I would just like I would still continue doing what I did because it's like what I liked and I knew outside of those people like so many people were supporting me, like people that I didn't even know like were reaching out to me personally and that mattered more to me in the end. So I think I kind of just like didn't pay any mind. And it's a little naive. I think I didn't realize that they were like being mean to me because of singing. I thought like some other reason, like, oh dang, maybe I'm not good enough or something. But later, like, it all came out. So it was
Okay.
interesting.
How was it like for I don't obviously I've never sung at my school. How was the process getting picked and chosen to sing at, even I think I seen one video here, yeah, the football games and everything. How like do you go up to them, ask them to sing, or like do they just recognize your talent and ask you personally?
Yeah, so I actually did have to go ask myself. It was actually a very nice friend of mine. She was a cheerleader and there was this one like the very first football game we all went to, somebody sang the national anthem from chorus, but I guess they were like shy or something and like it didn't come out the way it should have and I feel so bad, but like people were like making fun of them or whatever. But my friend was saying like you have to go up there. Like I don't care, like I'm gonna make it happen. Like you have to be the one up there singing the national anthem. So thanks to her, like she helped me figure out like who I can talk to, like the athletic director and like how I can be the one. And then I like sang for them in their office one day, they liked it, and then I got to sing.
Okay. Do you feel like
Mhm.
you enjoyed do you feel like that's something you don't regret, choosing to sing at all the games and everything?
Yeah, definitely don't regret it all. It was so nice. Like everyone was always cheering for me and there's certain points in the national anthem where everyone claps like in the middle and it was just such a wonderful like loving experience.
That's cool.
Mhm.
closing the high school parentheses now and moving on to your many awards, by the way. There was so many, I was actually shocked. I'll do it in a sort of little pop quiz moment to see if you remember all of them actually.
Oh gosh. Oh
So
wow. Okay.
in 2013 you won an award. Do you remember which one it was?
Oh yeah. Chicago Indian icon. Yeah.
Okay. What do you remember from that experience?
Honestly, I was 7 years old, right? So I was so little, I didn't even know what was happening. I didn't even realize I was in a singing competition. It was in Chicago and we were in Milwaukee, so it was a 2 hour drive. And after every performance, my parents would let me get a McFlurry. So I just remember, like, I have to sing good so I can get a McFlurry. Like, I didn't even realize that there were judges, that, like, there was an audience, like, this was, like, on TV. Like, it didn't even hit to me at all. So I was just like a little kid enjoying, oh, I get to sing on stage and get a McFlurry. So
Okay. Did they give you like a physical award for that or?
yeah, they gave me like a trophy like this big and it like lights up. But yeah, they did give me a trophy. And I think there might have been a cash prize too, but yeah.
Okay. There was another award that you won in Cobb County, I believe. Um, from what I read in the YouTube description here. Hold on, let me just triple, quadruple check.
I love how you did your research. I'm impressed.
You had an original song composition that won an award for 7 years. Do you remember what that award was?
Oh yeah, the PTA reflections.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Um, can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, honestly, my mom would be like, "You have to do this, you have to do this," but I genuinely do like what I did from it. The very first song I ever made was my very first time ever using GarageBand, and I did it on my phone. And I remember I used like all the Chinese instruments I could find because they were so like random and funny to me, or not funny, but they were like different to me. And so, and like I literally recorded my laugh as part of the track, and it looped over and over. And I wrote like a motivational song and like sang it. And that's probably the first like released song of mine then. And after that, like every year, I ended up like writing like piano pieces and like sheet music for the songs. And honestly, there's some really beautiful songs. Maybe I should release an album with them because they're all like uplifting, motivational, positive songs. So, mhm.
Okay. And moving on, I don't know if this really counts as an award, more like maybe an achievement, but you you have your own I am what is it again? I think it's
I'm DB.
DB.
Yeah.
So I don't remember if it's BD or DB. I get confused
Yeah,
sometimes,
yeah,
but
yeah.
how like I don't even know the process behind that. How did that even happen?
Right, yeah. No, that is such a like crazy thing to just have. But I think with singing and stuff, my mom wanted me to like try to get more out there. So she tried to like get me into acting a little bit, like try to see if maybe I can get more recognition that way and then use it towards music. So there was this one project I did where I like voiced for this animation thing and I also like wrote a song for it. And then that person was he's like a student, I think he's like a student director at like SCAD or something like that. And he was like, "I'm making this like TV show type thing called Mind Games. Like, would you be interested?" And and obviously we were like, "Yeah." And at that point, I just did like a few like student films here and there, nothing too crazy, like extra roles even. But I went there. It was basically like a ripoff of Stranger Things. I don't even know where I can watch it to be honest to this day. But um I got to play the part of Debbie, which is the character in Stranger Things, like that one girl that like died in the pool in the beginning. So I think her name was Barbara in Stranger Things. So that was my role basically, and it was cute. I got to dress in like 80s like clothes and like meet the cast and do that for a little bit.
That's cool. Like how do you feel knowing that you have your own page on IMDb?
Yeah, no, it's definitely like so crazy to me because it's like I know you can't just get it. Like you have to be a part of something established to be able to get it. I feel like I'm not flexing it enough out there, but yeah, no, I'm very grateful that I do have that under my belt.
When it comes to obviously the achievements like that and all the awards you have, do you feel like those motivate you to continue, or do you feel like it's just like another piece of silverware for you?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Because I feel like the scale of those Chicago Indian Icon definitely huge scale competition. But I feel like with PTA Reflections, like it's just like other students, and I know like the work that I do for music is like beyond like your average, like not that I'm like trying to brag or anything, but I know that like if a normal student that just took like one like music appreciation class made a song versus like the amount of work that I've put in, like I know mine is like on a different expertise level that it didn't really feel like I like there were any other like people inspiring me that were also like very good competitors as well. So it just felt like by default I was always winning that. Or like for the IMDb it felt like oh like I just did like a really small role. So I don't even feel like really telling everyone. But it definitely is like great to know that like I have something physical to show for the work that I'm putting in towards like music and art.
Do you still have the trophies that you received, or well, the Chicago
I
Icon one?
do.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I keep all. We have like a little like cupboard in our dining table room. Yep.
That's cool. Moving on to the fact that you can sing in so many different languages. Which one for you is the easiest apart from English? Because that's just a cheat.
Mm.
That's a cheat code. Apart from the two that you can
Right.
speak, which one's the easiest for you?
Right. Honestly, the funny thing is, after singing so much in like other languages, I find it so easy to pronounce. Like I feel like if you like if someone just like tells me like how a language goes and I can like pick it up because the way I'm not memorizing these songs. My mom like would when I was younger, she would like type it out in a way where it's like you can like type out the other language but using like English letters. You know what I'm talking about? So it's like using English letters for those words. So it's not like I ever had to like memorize it. It was more the pronunciation when I was younger, but now you like kind of pick up on cues and stuff. So like I feel like they're all the same to me because it's like I don't know what I'm reading. I'm just like remembering the accent for them and then just reading the English letters for them, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. I like. Let's say there was a word, and then I pronounced the word like in French. Let's say bonjour. I pronounced the word
Mhm.
bonjour in French, and then you wrote it out as it's pronounced in English letters.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
that
That's
makes sense.
exactly it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you feel like for you being able to sing in that many languages helps you, even though that no, not to be offensive here at all, but even though some of those languages aren't that really big things in Atlanta. I don't know about Atlanta that much, but I feel like some of those languages there's not that many big events surrounding them. Do you feel like it still helps her?
Yeah, no, I think honestly it's more of a like I don't know. It's more of a like cool thing that I just like, oh, like I can sing in so many languages cuz it's like what can you really say when you're introducing yourself and you want to say something like so cool? I feel like that's a very cool thing to bring up. And I feel like because I can do so many languages, maybe by like making it known, like say there's someone that's doing something in a language that I haven't sung in, but like they see me and that I can really do this, then they might want to like get me for whatever gig they have or something.
Do you feel like you're ever gonna, instead of just singing them, also learn how to speak in those languages, or do you feel like that's too much?
Mm. That's a really I feel like I definitely should learn like Hindi because I sing so much in that, but it's I'm so bad at learning languages. Like I have to learn Spanish at school and it's literally killing me to remember everything. So that's definitely one of my weak suits, being able to pick up on a language. But
Okay. Um, for you, do you feel like even nowadays do you still speak or sorry sing in those languages that you don't speak, or do you feel like it's just something you can do but you don't do it often?
said, I think just like when my dad has a gig and he needs a female singer, then I'll sing along with him. I think as per the languages like that I only sang once in maybe, I guess the scope for those aren't so crazy because I'm not a part of that culture or like that was in Wisconsin and now I'm here, like stuff like that. So I think it would be cool to like be able to sing in more languages because me personally, like even though those are the languages my parents found for me to sing in, like I listen to like all languages like music. Like I listen to like Spanish music, I listen to Russian music, I listen to Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Arabic. Like I love all different like even like an African language. So I just love like listening to songs of all languages. So I definitely know some like maybe by heart at this point. So I would love to be able to.
Okay. Let's move on more to your talents. Apart from singing, apparently you also know how to play the piano and the flute, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that something you did when you were younger, or can you like still do that today?
Yeah, I still have my flute, but I mainly like only had to do it in middle school and high school band. But I still like time to time if like I'll just pick it up and start playing it and somehow I still remember. But piano is like very vital for me because my producing, like I don't know how to play the guitar, I don't know how to play the drums, so I use GarageBand and I just like use the keyboard setting and I like play everything on the keyboard there, and then I change the instrument to like guitar and to like a beat or like anything. So I feel like the piano is like my biggest like foundation to be able to produce my own music and write my own songs.
How did you? Well, obviously we know about the flute, but for the piano, how did you learn how to play the piano?
Yeah, so since I was like really little, like 5, my mom like dragged me to piano lessons, and I think up till like middle school I hated it. Like it was just theory, it was just like long, hard, boring songs, and I definitely like resented it. But then I think when the pandemic hit, I was so bored that I like ordered a piano book from Amazon because my mom's favorite song on the piano is For Elise. And then I learned it like to surprise her for her birthday, and then I realized how easy it was to just sight read. So then I started like googling like sheet music of songs I like and then playing it on my own, and that's when I really fell in love with it and then got into more like learning more about like chords and like progressions and like how to compose better. So it all
Okay.
started like that.
Do you feel like when it comes to your music, you compose a lot with the piano or maybe even the flute on your own, or do you just still, as you mentioned earlier, you had a friend who produced the beat,
Right.
correct?
hmm
Do you feel like you just outsource your material, or do you feel like you make it yourself?
Yeah. So starting off, I didn't think that I had like the ability to like produce by myself. Like I was like, I know I'm good at singing. I'll stick to that. I'll find someone to produce for me. So my first 3 songs, I think, yeah, Hummingbird, Stars, and Jay were all like other people produced it for me, and I do love them. But like I there's so many like creative things that like I think about and like I want this in my song, I want that in my song. So I'm like, why? And also it's hard to like coordinate and like find someone that's free to produce a song for me the way that I want it. So I just thought like I used GarageBand in 5th grade to make my like PTA reflection song. Why not revisit it? And then I realized like how like easy it is to use. So I just messed around with it. And I know like my first few times I used it, like Why Did You Go was like really choppy and there are a lot of things that I would redo now that I know more. But it's definitely been a learning curve. But yeah, I'm more self producing now. But in the end of the day, I still like prioritize being a singer. Like if a producer did want to work with me, I would rather producer produce my music than do it myself.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Moving on to your music career on Spotify and stuff, you released your first song on Spotify, I believe, in 2021. How old would you
Yeah.
be when you released it in 2021? I don't know, like, your exact
Ooh.
birthday, so if you remember, then.
Yeah, I'm October 2005, so I'm trying to think what month did I release that in. Um, I don't remember the month, but I would have been either like 15 or 16 or
How was it as a 15 or 16-year-old releasing a song on Spotify? Was it complicated for you? Did you find it easy or?
yeah, I found it easy. I never thought it was so easy. Like I thought you needed to have like a big label or like you needed to have like some sort of like um what's it called? Like production company. Like I thought you needed like a label to be the ones to like put you on Spotify or like an official platform like that. Honestly, I never thought about releasing it like that cuz I did have a song that I made before that I released on YouTube called That I Love You, and I do love that song, but I know that like the music behind it is so bad. Like it's just like me like playing on piano like one chord at a time, and it's so bland. So I never thought to like look into it. But when my friend made that beat, I was like, this is really good. Like let's see like how can we put it out there. And then I realized like DistroKid, like there's so many like distributors and it's so easy, like you just like pay like a fee and then they get it out there for you.
Moving on with a parenthesis here on your song "That I Love You," you released an a cappella version too of that song. What inspired you to release an a cappella version of that song?
Honestly, the acapella version of that song was for an audition. At now, I think it might have been like The Voice or something, and they needed you to submit like an acapella singing. So I just sang it and posted on YouTube too, cause like why not? So that's why that one's on there.
Okay. For you, obviously, you have a lot of promotion strategies. Not doing the top comment. Every day.
Yeah.
For you, how do you balance, being having to do promotion for your music and stuff, and balancing your, normal everyday life with friends and family?
Oh yeah. Tell me about it because this summer has been so crazy. I actually had a 9 to 5 job too as a software engineering intern. So I had that. Plus, I'm taking 5 summer classes. So I had all that, and I was working on my album in June. June was like actually insane, but I still had time to spend with my friends and family. So to be honest, I feel like I was so lazy every other summer doing nothing, being a bum at home, being unemployed, like not even doing any like studying, like I felt like what am I doing? Like I'm literally wasting my time. So when I overloaded myself this summer and literally my parents were like, don't do this, like drop some classes, like don't what are you doing? But I was like, if I don't do this, then I won't do anything. So I feel like I work better under like a lot of pressure. So I just did that to myself, and now with the promotion I told myself like one video a day, it's not so bad. I'll choose something that like I know I can reasonably do. Like someone said fly to Italy and like do something. Like obviously I'm not going to choose that one. Like that's a little
I
ridiculous.
think I think someone else
But
also commented get a buzz cut or something like that one time.
right. I don't think I'm going to do anything that drastic yet. Maybe if like I always try to pick something where I think I can do something funny about it. Like I don't want to just like do it for doing it. Like I want to put some like a little bit of like a twist on it or make it a little funny.
Like when you ate a spoonful of mayonnaise, or
Well, that was in the early days, so that was like straight up doing it. But I feel like buy a Labubu, like I'm not gonna spend like $30 on a little stuffed animal. So I like made my own, or like stuff like that. I guess.
I get what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Moving back here a little bit, for you, obviously you said you were work overload and you're doing 5 classes. To me, that's unfathomable as a not the straight A student, but that's a lot. But you know, obviously sometimes drastic measures are necessary.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to classes, though, moving back to high school here, what was your favorite class in high school? Well, if it is apart from arts and singing, if you guys had that.
Mm-hmm. In high school, um, that's a very interesting question because I feel like even if I liked a subject, it didn't matter because like classes made you hate it because it's like you have to study for tests, you have to like worry about your grade. So I think as a subject, like I'm in computer science now, like that's my major. So I definitely really liked that. I took AP Computer Science Principles as a freshman, and I just really liked that. So I think I like the theory of computer stuff, and especially like the potential with it now with like AI and stuff. And I always loved bio, which is really random because like what am I gonna do with that in CS? But I initially thought like maybe I'll go into healthcare because I love bio so much, but I don't think I can work well with all the blood and stuff. So at least there's no blood in CS. So that's
Okay.
yeah.
Um, Closing that parentheses and moving back to your promotion tactics, what inspired you to start doing the not doing what the top comment says until my album gets 500 streams?
Yeah, so actually, I initially like I don't know if you know, but there are these like Instagram accounts where it's like daily this thing, and there was this like daily like biggest beef steak, and it's like they post the same video every single day, but they somehow get like thousands of followers and like millions of views. So at first I thought like maybe I'll do the same thing every day. Like I don't know if you've seen that guy that did like the Chica dance every single day until he gets a girlfriend. I thought like I'll do something like that, like do the same thing every day until like I get viral. I thought like, oh, I'll do something like that. And I like told my boyfriend about it, and he's gone viral on TikTok before on like accounts not under his name, like anonymous accounts. So he like knows like he's telling me all the guidance and everything, and he said to keep it like more engaging, why don't you like do something like that the comments are telling you, and then do like not doing the top comment. And I was like, that's a really good idea. Like I have to do that. So it was a combination of like what I saw get viral plus like what he said because I don't think I've ever seen anyone do what I'm doing now. And I think if you do something like unique, that's like really eye catching.
Okay. if you don't mind sharing with us, how many streams are you at now finally for the album?
Oh yeah, the last I checked, I was at like 375, which is not bad, but also like considering like with all my friends, like I like first like told all my friends to listen to it. I already had like 200 like 90 something. So compared to the amount of views I'm getting, I'm realizing like not a lot of people that are watching my like content are actually going and listening to the album. So I need to figure out how to like get that connection more.
Okay. Um, have you thought of any ideas of how to transfer those views from TikTok and Instagram to actual streams?
Right. I think at least today I haven't filmed my video yet today. I was thinking of going for like a comment that went towards like more like about my music. Like someone commented like go on Genius and explain your lyrics. And I was like that's good cuz it like I'm still doing the prompt, but I'm also like tying it back to making people curious about my album and like listening to it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
For you, closing the top comment parentheses here, what's something do you feel like you've learned about the music industry after making or sorry uploading and making music since on Spotify, like actual releases since 2021?
Um like what I learned about the music industry. I feel like I mean, I thought it would be easier to go viral on like TikTok and Reels. Like I remember when I released my like first song or whatever, I did like so much promotion and I like posted like videos and I got barely any views. And I definitely got so like I got so disappointed and like I got anguished so easily. Like I gave up so easily because I was like this isn't happening. I have to give up. But I think like even if I know I'm not like viral or anything right now, but even if like wow, like I'm getting 3,000 people on Instagram view my thing like consistently now. Like that means so much to me. Like I'm already so grateful for that. Like if that goes on for another 20 days, I wouldn't even be mad cuz that's better than zero. So I think as per like how the industry works. Like definitely it's so much different from when I was younger. I thought like talent was everything. Like on the radio you would hear like actual like singers like fully singing and now it's more like how well can you put off your brand? How funny like how interesting do people find you as like a character more than just like your talent? I feel like that matters so little nowadays.
That makes sense. For you, let's move on from your streaming and music stuff and move on to the fact that you are also an actor. How was it, or how was the experience acting for Mind Games?
Yeah, I feel like my entire acting experience was so brief. It was only like sixth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, probably because it was like that sweet spot before like school became more important and like I had more free time to go and do those things. I wouldn't say by any means I was like any good back then. There's this short film that I did for a student film online where I had to be a part of a family like during a hurricane or something, and I was trying so hard not to laugh. But during the filming, even though it's so serious, I couldn't hold it in. But so I'm like smiling when I shouldn't be. But I think it was definitely a unique experience, and like I even went to like a couple like modeling auditions too because just really trying anything. Although I'm 4'11", so I don't think that would have ever worked out for me. But yeah, I mean the acting thing was really brief. You just like look at the lines. I think we went to a random restaurant to like talk about the lines, like talk about the script with the student director in case we had anything, like how we should portray our character. So it was very interesting. I think it was more interesting to like meet the other people and the whole experience was very interesting. Like all the big cameras, all the big like sound equipment, all the I remember in one thing I was acting and they used like a drone and like in another thing they use like a 360 camera. So very different. Like you don't really know what goes on behind the scenes until you're really there, kind of thing.
Do you feel like now that you're older, do you feel like now I don't know. Obviously, after what you said, I don't know if you have any more time now. But do you feel
Yeah.
like if you had more time now, do you feel like acting is something you'd try to go back into?
Oh yeah, 100%. I love it so much. Like I feel like the older I get, the more like I can like pick up on things, and I feel like um it's so random, but I feel like I can do accents pretty well. So if I needed to, I could just pull out an accent and be whoever. But I feel like I definitely could pull it off way better now, and I would love to if I could.
Okay. Um, moving on to the countless, by the way, literally countless live events that you've done.
Oh yeah.
You've performed to at like places like India Fest, like you said, retirement homes, GA Tech. I think I seen at one point something said Harvard at one point.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So what's that like for you being able to perform at all these places? Like, how do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, I love it so much. Honestly, like if you could ask me where my favorite place in the world is, it would be on stage singing to like a million people. Like I love it so much. Like the immediate reaction from people is like what gets me. Like seeing people so engaged, seeing people like so happy. Like the fact that I can have such a immediate reaction on people is like it's like from day one what made me so like happy to be there. And like with most of those opportunities, like with India Fest and like other things, half of the time I have to like seek it out and I have to ask like, hey, like I saw this event, like can I perform here? Or sometimes I have to create the events myself, like with the senior homes. Like I wanted to like be able to like volunteer and give back. So like I asked like would it be possible? I actually like was the president of a club at my high school called Wheeler or Community Music Outreach. So, like I would sing and also bring other students from my school to perform for them because it just means so much to them. And with other things like singing at Harvard, that was completely like impromptu. Like there was this cultural. I was the president of Model UN also at my high school, and we went to Harvard for a conference, and they'd had like a cultural night where they had a lot of people practice and come because it was an international conference, so there were people from all sorts of countries performing, dancing, whatever. And then I was like, I didn't even know I could do this. I want to sing. So I just went up to the like MC and I said, hey, can I sing too? And she was like, okay. So they just fit me in there, no practice, no nothing. I just got up there and I sang. So sometimes it's like that.
I don't know if you remember this, but what's the biggest like show you've done so far in terms of
Mm,
numbers?
right. I actually like recently was trying to figure that out myself. Because the thing is with stuff like I think like physically how many people I it's either my like school, like my entire school coming to the auditorium for an assembly and singing there, or I did like Tower of Talent, which was in this like auditorium that was like multiple stories and like fully packed. And I think it was also like live streamed or televised or something. So it's like I don't even know like the numbers could be even greater there because with um American Indian Icon in Chicago Indian Icon, like even though if the audience was like relatively small, I know it was on Asia TV, so I don't know how many people tuned in, but that's like it could be pretty big. So, yeah.
Okay. For you, obviously, I don't know. With the way you describe how you want to do shows, I'm gonna assume you don't have stage fright.
Yeah, I
You
don't.
okay? How do you prepare to go on stage?
Honestly, this is so bad of me. I feel like nowadays I'm so lazy. Like I don't even like practice singing until the day of or like in the car before going. Cuz it's like I'm so used to it now that it's just like a matter of like I have the words right, right? It's not more about like, oh, I need to sing this right. I need to sing that right. Like if I have to like learn a new song, which honestly, I sing a lot of songs like Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Celine Dion. So they're all old songs, and I have like a huge arsenal of them, like already, like that I know like really well now. So it's not like I've had to like specifically learn anything new. So when I go into like getting ready for these performances, I kind of just like know what day it is and then show up. So yeah.
Okay. Um, for you, obviously, you've done many. Dude, I can't even name all of them. Like, I genuinely, there's so many I can't name all of them. What was your favorite one to do and perform at?
Oh, like stage performance.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so hard. Like you said, there's so many countless performances that it's like I have so many like good moments that I can remember like time to time in my life, but I don't think I could rank anything above anything else because in the end of the day, like every audience was different. There were so many different people that were so loving and showed me so much like appreciation and like came out of their way to like tell me what they thought that I don't think I could like put something above another specifically.
Okay. Obviously, you've been uploading on YouTube for a while now. Do you feel like when it comes to YouTube, you've cultivated an audience, or do you feel like it's just people who attended the show tuning in or family members tuning in? Do you feel like you have a real audience, or do you feel like it's just like depends on the video?
Yeah, I genuinely think so on YouTube, I know I have some like a video that has like 12,000 views or whatever. Like I have like videos with a lot of
16,000.
something. Oh, six, thank you. Wow. Okay, we got up. But I feel like those people aren't thinking like, "Oh, let me follow her, like let me like be a part of her fan base." I think it's more like a one and done. And the people that do follow me are like mainly people, you're right, like people that I like my parents probably personally know or people that like went to my performance. And it's not more like strangers. And I feel like with I was posting some like the not doing the top comment on YouTube as shorts as well, and I feel like those the audience from those are more strangers, I feel like. So hopefully I need to catch up on the days. I know I'm behind on posting there, but maybe I'll see more coming from that.
Okay. When it comes to all the stuff you post online, obviously I know this can't apply to when you were younger because I don't feel like, no offense, you had the mental capacity to like do that when you were younger. But do you feel like now when you're older, you portray a different version of yourself, or do you feel like it's you who we see when it comes to the singing and stuff being online?
Yeah, I mean, as for singing, like you can't fake the emotion. You can't fake like being on stage. So that's like how it is exactly. As per like my little videos that I'm posting, like I'm not like I hope I'm not like trying to be someone I'm not. Like I'm just treating it like as if I'm like talking to someone I know. Like sometimes I'll say something awkward and think like it's okay, I won't cut it out. Maybe they'll like it. It's like something I would have said in like real life. So,
Okay.
mhm.
Let's move on to more so mindset and thought process behind everything. Do you have you ever experienced creative burnout?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like when I hit like 13, like that age, like I said, like when I thought like, oh, I would have already been famous by now, like what's going on? Like that was so demoralizing. Like I was definitely like for at such a young age to be at such a like serious place is definitely unhealthy. I think it was I wish my parents like weren't so like I love how supportive they were, but I wish they weren't so like serious like to the fact like being like yes, like you my mom was always like yes, like you will be famous, like you like you know, and it just like as a young like person that like definitely got to me.
Okay. More so, let's move on to like how do I put this into words? When it comes to you know you being on the internet for so long and you having such a I don't want to say prolific because when you use the word prolific it's like millions, but like
Hmm.
you've been on the internet for so long and you always thought, well, now I don't know if it's still the case, but when you were younger you always thought, oh, mom said I'm gonna be famous, mom said I'm gonna be famous. Do you ever sit back and look at all the videos and like think to yourself, I'm kind of glad they didn't blow up, or
You're so right, actually. Like nowadays, like seeing what like kids have to go through in the spotlight, I'm actually you're 100% right. I'm so grateful I got to have my childhood the way I did. Like I'm so glad I got to experience like being a normal person. And like even now, sometimes I think like, yeah, I want to be famous, but do I really? Like I like being able to just go to the store and like have my like you know like nobody's really like paying so much mind to me. Like obviously like that would be my like my main dream come true. But you're 100% right. I think whatever happens is for the best. And if this is the way that like the universe wanted my path to be, then I think you're right. It was good.
is there ever like a moment where you're like, obviously I know you mentioned sometimes you wish you were famous, but like is there ever a moment where you're like, I really wish when I was younger I blew up more, and then you suddenly realize like, obviously with what you said, you wouldn't have had a childhood. Do you ever sit back and think like, there's two dices that could have been rolled, and you got the luckier one or the unluckier one for you. Like, how do you? I don't know how to
I don't
really.
know about that. Like I'm grateful that everything is happening the way it's going, but I don't know if it's necessarily better or worse. Cause I know, like with certain things, like maybe things like financially would have been better for us, or like I don't know, like in other ways, like maybe other things wouldn't have happened. Like maybe I wouldn't have hit like depression at such a young age, and like, but maybe I would have felt like that in a different way. Like I feel like you can't really compare something that hasn't happened, but I mean, like it was a lifelong dream, so maybe I would have wanted that also.
I know you mentioned this already that you work better under pressure, but when it comes to music and stuff, do you feel like under pressure you work better, or do you feel like it's better to work on your own time and your own flow for you?
I think for me, because I'm such a procrastinator, I think it's important to work on a deadline. Actually, because with my album, like the net time I spent actually working on it was not as much as like from September to July. I feel like the bulk of my work was like May, June. Because I like finished like writing the first song in September, and then I kept putting it off. I kept like revisiting it but not making any progress. I literally like asked ChatGPT, give me a random day in July and that will be my deadline. And it chose like a day, and then I was like, I'll do the closest Friday because that's when people release music. So that's literally how I did it.
Okay. For you, when it was that May, July era, May, June, July era, obviously you worked
hmm
really hard. How did that
hmm
affect your relationships with, obviously I know you have a boyfriend, your
hmm
family, parents, and like friends and all that. How did that affect your relationship with those people when it came to, obviously having no free time from what it sounds like, working that hard?
Yeah, no, and that's the thing because I've even gotten a comment where someone was like, "Get a job," because it seems like how can someone like do all of this and have time for like a job and other things? But honestly, like I kept telling my parents like every week, like I can't believe how much I got done this week, or like I can't believe how easy it was to actually get everything done and still get enough sleep and still prioritize like the people in my life. Because like what? Like I went to work 9 to 5, and then I would do my schoolwork on the weekends. Like I would do my studying, my schoolwork on the weekends. And like if I had a test coming up, I'd like study for an hour every day. And then like as per like hanging out with people, I still always like on top of that, I go to the gym every day too. Like you need it, like that's something to factor in too. That's like 2 hours gone every day. Like and also eating, so or like sleep, like like everything, like there's time for everything if you really put yourself to it. I agree. I didn't have time to like watch Netflix or like scroll on reels like many days. Like I didn't have time for the things that I would usually do, like maybe like when I was bored, or like every other summer. I didn't have time to do the mundane like things. Like maybe I didn't have time for myself. But it fulfilled me more, I think, to spend my time in these more productive ways.
Okay. Um, has there ever been a moment for you where you felt like when it comes to your own path and the story that you create, do you feel like there's ever been a moment where you thought to yourself that it's not really you writing your own story and your own path, it's more other people doing it for you? Or have you felt like always when it comes to how you've come up through music and stuff, do you feel like it's all, you?
That's a really good point because I think for the longest time I was so reliant on like where my parents would take me to sing and like what my parents would tell me to sing. And it wasn't like I was ever posting a YouTube video on my own or anything for the longest time. And I remember there was this like one family friend we had that like literally told me like I can't wait till the day where she stops like she actually thinks for herself towards her music and does something on her own. Like he said it in a really like harsh way, but it really stuck with me cuz like he was right in a way because like everything I did was like because my parents were telling me to in music. And so I think being able to recognize that and then think I have to do this, I have to do that. Honestly, because I told you I went to a magnet like STEM program high school. Like in my county there actually like there's even an arts program magnet school, and you basically like apply to these schools. Like it's not my like districted high school, like I applied and I got in, and my parents were encouraging me to go to the arts one. They were like, you should go to the arts one, like here's your chance. But I said no. I was like, I know like being in the arts is not a stable career. Like like what? Like in the end of the day, if I don't hit it big, I'll be like a music teacher or something. And I do love like STEM. Like I love like other things too. Like I like math and science. So I made that decision on my own to be like, no, I'm gonna go to the STEM school instead. So I think that's one thing that I like took that on my own.
Okay. Let's say you could go back and you could go talk to. Hold on, give me 1 second. You could go talk to Miss Senria at. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but back in 2013, your first video. Let's say you could go back and talk to her. Um, what would you tell her?
Aw, she was just a baby. I feel like, what can you really tell your 7-year-old self? I don't want to like burden her with like, don't do this differently. Maybe I'd like write her a note of like what things to do differently and be like, open it when you're this age. Because I wouldn't want to like unveil like the innocence of childhood from her. I would like just tell her like, you're gonna do great, like, keep it up. Like, I would just like be nice to her.
Okay.
So, yeah.
For you, what does success mean?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I feel like success, for the longest time, I thought it meant like, oh, being famous. But I think at this point now, I think success means like being totally content with the way you're living your life. Like, I feel like right now, I wouldn't call myself successful because, like, what? I'm still not like a full grown adult. But, like, I feel like I'm so content with my life right now, the way that I was doing well in like my career, the way I'm like doing well in my education and music and my relationships. I feel like if I can continue living my life like this and like always be content, then I think that's success.
Okay. Um, let's say you kept releasing music, right? But
Hmm.
starting, I'll give a random date, October 3rd, 2026. After that date, no one would ever see any of your music again, hear your music again. Would you still create out of the love for the game, or would you, decide that it's time to stop?
Oh my God, that's like a nightmare come true. Never, nobody ever hearing it. See, that's a really good point because then it kind of brings up, am I doing this for me or am I doing this for other people? I think I would definitely keep singing. I would never stop singing, but I think I wouldn't try so hard to make my own stuff because I feel like the reason why I started making my own stuff is because I realized just singing covers wasn't enough to be famous. Cuz bottom line is I like singing. I don't care if it's someone else's song or if it's my song. I like singing, period. Like that's it. So, like if you're saying that like no one can hear me and stuff, then I would keep singing like other people's song. I would keep singing whatever song I would come up with, but I wouldn't release anything anymore because it's more of a I want to be discovered. I want like people to hear me for me and not think like, oh, she's another cover artist. Like at least if I'm doing something on my own, maybe more people will hear me.
Okay.
Mhm.
For you, obviously, I know you haven't. No offense when I say this, but I know you haven't left much of a legacy right now, currently. But in
Yes.
the future, what type of legacy do you want to leave? When you hopefully in 50 years, 100 years pass away, what type of legacy do you want to leave behind?
Oh yeah. I definitely want to be like someone that's remembered in the music industry. Like I want to be like one of the great singers like Whitney Houston, like even after like everyone knows she was such a good singer. And I want to be like that. Like yeah, not like Michael Jackson, Taylor Swift levels of fame where it's like people are dying for me, but it's more like I want to be respected as like an artist. Like people like know like okay, like she was definitely like doing well in her craft. Like something like that. And I know you said like you're 100% right. Like I'm not like anyone big yet, but I do feel like even if it's really small, my mom always tells me that I've already kind of left a legacy because at least in the small like backward city where my family's from, there's like a huge culture of like people favoring like male children over female children. And like that's like a really like a prevalent thing in that society where it's like they'd rather have like male like a boy like sons instead of daughters. And ever since like I was singing on stage like as like a young like kid and like I won Chicago Indian Icon, my grandpa put it in the local newspaper and people like of that city. And my mom started getting like hearing like through word of mouth and from like Facebook that like people were starting to like appreciate their daughters and like people were actually like being like, I want a daughter too. And it doesn't sound like anything too crazy, but even being able to like even in the smallest way being able to try to like adjust such a backward culture is like a huge win to me.
Okay, first of all, let me just get one thing straight. That is not a small thing. That's a pretty big thing.
Okay. All right, all
That
right.
is
Yeah.
actually genuinely very impressive. So like, don't
Yeah.
like let that down. Like, hold that to yourself. Like, understand that is a very
Thank
big
you.
thing. But I understand what you mean though. Obviously, I feel like if anybody wants the fame that Michael Jackson and Taylor Swift had, I feel like they're just crazy. No offense. But
Yeah.
obviously, I get what you mean though with the level of fame like Whitney Houston and everybody has. Obviously,
Hmm.
you don't see. Obviously, there still are, but you don't see as many Whitney Houston stands as there are Taylor Swift's.
Right.
But
Exactly.
yeah, I get what you mean though. For you, moving on from all the deep hitting questions, we'll relax now for a second. Let's move on to more personality and fun questions. What type of music do you listen to?
Ooh, that's such a long answer. I listen to just about everything. Like I told you, I listen to all the different languages. I listen to like pop music, rap music, country music, R&B, dang, like indie music, like just about anything. I feel like that's what keeps me unable to stick to a genre myself because there's so many things I listen to, so many influences, like video game soundtracks, movie soundtracks, like instrumentals, like everything. Like there's nothing I don't listen to. Like even like heavy metal, even like EDM.
Okay.
So, yeah, I love
Okay.
music no matter what. Yeah.
Regarding music, who's your favorite artist of all time?
Ooh. Um it's kind of random, but Joji, if you know him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Joji the what's his name again? Wait.
Pink guy.
Yes. Okay. Yes, he is.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
He is in fact.
Okay. I just want
And
to
honestly,
double check.
it's because a mix of like I like how funny he is. Like his comedy is like so weird, but that's like I like that. So it's like a mix of like I like his like comedy stuff, and then obviously like I know all of his songs by heart.
Okay.
So yeah.
Um. We'll move on to food here. Do you have a favorite dish, or anything like that?
Ooh, that's so hard. I'm a really picky eater. So I feel like if I don't eat a lot of things and then like if I eat something too much, I don't like it anymore. So I think right now I'd say my favorite dish, this is really bad. I don't know. I've been eating a lot of burgers. I guess I'll just go with that.
Okay. Burgers are
Yeah.
burgers are cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, you were running on the same time zone, so I might already know the answer to this question based off last night's conversation. But do you feel like you're more of a night owl type of person or an early bird type of person?
Honestly, it's such a mix because this morning, my friend wanted to go to the gym at 6 a.m. So I was like, let's do it. So I woke up at 5 this morning to go to the gym. But then I'll also be awake at 5 a.m. because I've been up all night, like binging something on Netflix. So I'm here and there. And because of work, I had to wake up early. So I don't like waking up early, but like naturally, I started waking up early on the weekends too and just adjusting with that. So.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let's say you could teleport to anywhere in the world for a single day. Where would you go?
Ooh. Hmm. Wow, this is really crazy.
Now, your answer on this will determine the type of person you are. Because I've had people say vacation spots and then the central bank. So like
Oh, okay. So
you're
I was literally thinking, like, do I say vacation spots or do I say like Beyonce's house to ask her, like, can I please like sing something with you? Like, I didn't know which route to go either.
you could
Like,
go any route you want.
yeah, I think I'd do that. Like some big like producer, like a Spawn, like wherever he is, and like be like, please, can I please sing something for you? Like, trust I'm good.
Okay. Um,
Hmm.
let me explain this segment because this is the first time I've done this segment with anybody, so I'm
Okay.
excited. But basically, I don't know if you know XXL, but they do this thing. I don't know if it's XXL. I don't know the guys who do the rap ciphers every year. But anyways, they do this thing where they whenever they get the rappers on their cipher, right? They get the rappers to do their ABCs, and what that means is I'll tell you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? Every single letter, you have to say a word that that letter means to you. Let's say I say S. S for you could mean success, or it could mean simple, because you like simple things in life. Are you kind of
Oh
getting, you
wow.
kind of catching my drift
Yeah,
here?
I
Or?
get
Okay.
this is a very cool idea.
Okay. We'll begin. What does the letter A mean for you?
I feel like I'm just gonna start off so basic, so then maybe I'll get into the swing of things. Maybe acting, because that's something I did.
Okay. Do you feel like
Going back to that.
accomplishments could be one too?
Oh, okay, so that was a much better answer. I'll steal that.
Okay.
Accomplishments, yeah.
Let's move on to the letter B. What does the letter B
B.
mean to you?
I think bravery, because it takes like bravery to like put yourself on the internet. Because I got made fun of so much for the first TikToks I made. So,
Okay.
yeah, bravery.
Bravery is good because honestly, when it comes to your scope of being on the internet, you've been on the internet for over a decade now. So I feel like you got to be brave, and if somebody comes up to you, oh yeah, I found your old YouTube channel, you got to just you can't really do much about it. So you got to
Yeah.
just yeah.
So true.
Let's move on. What does C mean to you?
Maybe like capacity, because like even though I like overloaded myself, I also like know my limits.
Okay.
And like there's certain levels that I wouldn't even like push myself to.
Okay.
Or even like capacity and like knowing like where I am is okay because I can't just be like famous if I just want to be.
Okay. Moving on. The letter D. What does it mean to you? You feel like determination could be one.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I need help from you. I like this. I like this more. We can tag team. Yeah, determination.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um.
drive. Yeah.
Okay. Drive's a good one because honestly,
Okay, yeah, I mean synonyms, but yeah, yeah,
you have to have a lot of drive to take 5 classes while working on an album. So I'm just saying,
Oh yeah.
drive is a good one. For you, what does letter E mean to you?
I'm thinking of like excellence and like envisionment, but like where can I tie that into
Well, I
me? I'm
mean,
not quite sure.
I feel like when it comes to all your awards, that has to be some sort of
Aw,
excellence.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Um, moving on, let's get to the letter F. What does the letter F mean to you?
Maybe fame because that's like even if it's shallow, that's like a long time like dream of mine. So
Okay.
yeah.
Moving on, what does the letter G mean to you?
Just thinking of the stupidest words. Like I'm thinking of geology and geography. I don't know
Do you,
what I'm
do you,
gonna do with those
do
words.
you feel like greatness could be used in this sense?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay. Um, moving on now, let's move on to the letter H. What does the letter H mean to you?
Heart, maybe I think heart's a good one because I feel like I'm putting my heart into everything I do, and that's like I feel like even if like you're not like talented, like I definitely have worked on my craft to get to a point, but if you have like the heart to like to really go for it, then that's like what matters the most.
Okay. What about the letter I? What does the letter I mean to you?
Um, I'm gonna say intelligence because I want to be surrounded by people that are smarter than me so I can grow my intelligence.
Okay. This is gonna be kind of a hard one. What does the letter J mean to you?
Oh, actually, that's a good one. Maybe like justifying because I feel like I don't care about hate comments. Like that never like matters to me. Like whatever. But like I mentioned, I gotta like get a job comment, and that hurt me so much. I didn't think it would, but like knowing that I'm like working so hard, and then like 66 people liked the get a job comment, I was wow, like that, like wow. And I even like commented like, oh, I actually do have a 9 to 5 job, and somebody like commented back something like more, and I was like, oh my god, like will people believe me? And I think I know my worth and I don't have to justify myself. Like even if like people want to come for me where it hurts.
Okay.
It's I know what I'm doing, so
Um, obviously when I laugh at the get a job comment, I don't show any disrespect towards you. It's just
no,
because
I know.
on TikTok the get a job thing is like it's a meme right now. So I find it funny whenever people laugh.
Oh.
Like,
Wait, that might be my bad then cuz I don't like use TikTok.
because on TikTok what's going on right now is like they're saying the word job is a slur now, and people are scared of employment, and when they tell you to get a job, it's like that's like I'm not obviously I don't know if you take it as that. Well, you kind of mentioned it, you kind of did, but it's
I
disrespectful
did.
to tell someone to get a job now because job is like a slur on TikTok now.
Oh, okay. Wait, then I literally didn't know that because I don't know why I'm only on like Reels. I like stopped watching TikTok because I was way too addicted. So I was like, Reels are brain rot. I know when to get off of that. But so I didn't know. Wow, thank you for telling me.
No problem. Moving on. What does the letter K mean to you?
Maybe keeping up with the trends because I didn't even know that. And I
Okay.
tried to do the like, my name is Pink, it's very nice to meet you video. And I think I need to be more in the loop of like how things are working now. Because, like I said, like raw talent won't get you somewhere, but something will. And I need to figure out what that is more.
Okay. What does the letter L mean to you?
But maybe I'll say love because, um, I guess I just love everyone that's like supporting me. And like, genuinely, there's nothing I love more than like the nice community that I get from performing.
Okay. And what about M?
Maybe melodies, because when I listen to music, honestly, I don't really care so much about the words. I care more about the melody. Like that's my thing. So,
Okay. And the letter N?
ooh, I'm gonna say the word no, the word nobody because like I know I'm not famous, but when someone says like, "Oh, like you're a nobody," like that'll get ya. So I think overcoming like letting that word get to me.
Whenever someone says that, by the way, you just gotta remember, they probably don't have 150 monthly listeners on Spotify, so just
Thank you.
just remember that. Um, moving on here. What does the letter O mean to you?
I think like openness to like trying new things, like regarding like what I do as per my music and like I know like because I've been like posting these videos, like some people have been reaching out to me like do collabs and stuff and like even if it isn't like something I'd usually go for, like I've been so open to everything and I feel like I'm really open to any feedback. So just continuing to be open.
Okay. What about the letter P? Do you feel like
Mm.
progress could be used?
Oh yeah, that's a really good one. I wish I had more progress, but I like the progress I'm at now though.
Okay. Now we're moving on to the final last letter, which is gonna be really hard. So, hey, be ready. But what does the letter Q mean to you?
You know? Maybe this is easy because I have a song named Queen, so I'll just go with that. But I can talk about like what that song means to me. Um, like Queen, I kind of used it as a way to say like someone that like really hurt me in my past. I still like don't like think of them ill. Like even if they've done like a lot of wrong to me, I still like consider them a queen. Like
Okay.
even if they've like really done me wrong.
Okay. How about the letter R?
Resilience because like I feel like I've had to emotionally like deal with so much of my like how things have been going that I think it's important to just be resilient. Like no matter how bad things get, like just keep moving forward.
Okay. And the letter S?
Maybe like stage, it's my favorite place to be.
Okay.
Pretty basic, yeah.
And the letter T?
T. Ooh, time. I wish I had more time. I feel like even if I'm like fully utilizing all 24 hours of the day, I can't believe it's already like today would be day 16 of my daily videos, and I feel like time is going by so quickly.
Okay. Letter U?
I think unique because like so many people do the same thing, and I also like am a victim of that. Like sometimes I'll do the same thing. So I just have to like try being like as unique and authentic as I can be to myself.
Okay. And the letter V?
Can I phone you? Do you have anything for me?
Um, I I was thinking of completely unrelated words to vigilance and victory were two words that came to mind for me.
Ooh, okay. Victory. Yeah, I think feeling that like final sense of victory one day will be really good.
Okay.
Like no matter what.
Okay. Moving on here. What does the letter W mean to you?
Maybe I'll say like winning in the sense that like it doesn't matter to me so much. Like I used to be so competitive when I was younger, but now I feel like I'm so indifferent to it. Like if I join a singing competition and I don't win first, like I won't even take it hard at all if I was able to learn something from it. And if I genuinely saw like a very talented singer like in front of me, that would make me happier because it's like at a certain point it's like you've reached like a certain level of singing that it's hard to find someone like as dedicated as like polished as professional as you in the craft that like I'd rather see someone that's better than me because there's always something to learn.
Okay.
So I'd say winning doesn't matter. Yeah.
What about the letter X?
This is gonna be so random, but I don't even think I'm gonna pronounce it right. But the very first outro to the very first TikTok I made, or like video for my streaming, is that one Fat Rat song called like Exogenesis or something. It's that like outro song. So
Is
I'll
it
just
the
say that.
like? I'm gonna butcher this, but is it like the? I don't even want to. I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I don't want to try doing it. But is it like it's the outro music that you have, and then you show your album, right? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I know what that one
Yeah.
is. I didn't want
Yeah.
to butcher it or anything, so I wasn't gonna try
No, no,
that. But
same. But I know it starts with an X, so there we go.
okay. And finally, on the last two letters, the letter Y.
Why? I can't believe we're like already done. Like, see, I picked up the pace. Why for um okay, I say that and I immediately don't know what to say. Why Lil Yachty went to the art school that my parents wanted me to go to that I didn't
Oh,
go to.
really?
Yeah, but I researched because I was like, well, if this was the reason why Lil Yachty got famous, but he said he doesn't credit anything to the school and he like barely participated and he just did his own thing.
Okay.
So it wasn't the school.
Okay. Um,
Mhm.
on to our last letter here. What does the letter Z mean to you?
Maybe Zen because my mom really like believes in meditation and stuff, and I think it's like really important in the end of the day to stay like grounded and like cool headed and remember like to be okay with everything and just be at peace like Zen. So
Okay. We're down to our final few questions here. Um,
okay, that was really good.
if you were to give a TED talk to a group of people, what would your TED talk be about?
Ooh, I have so many different things I could say for that. Because I love public speaking and stuff. So, I mean, obviously, like my first go to would be about like music and stuff, like just talking about my experience. Sometimes there are TED Talks about that. But recently, I actually gave a presentation about what I've been working on at my software engineering job. So, I already have that presentation like ready to go. So, I could give that too, I guess.
Okay. And let's say you had a question like I don't know if this applies to you, but this applies to a couple people that I've interviewed so far. There's always like a question that you wish people had asked you, or people ask about like something you do, and you know it's cool, but people don't really ask about it. Is there anything in your life that you have like that, or
Ooh, something cool. I feel like I do so many random things outside of the things that I told you also. Like, I also played like varsity tennis in high school.
okay,
And yeah, I guess now I mainly go to the gym, but I also really like video games. In college, I helped develop a role-playing video game, but I really like first-person shooter video games. So I feel
okay,
like most people won't know that about me.
okay. And
Yeah.
for our final two questions before the last one, how did you enjoy your first ever interview?
Oh, this was really great. I'm so impressed by the depth you went to like fully like research about me. I did not expect that at all. Like I'm so flattered that like you thought I was important enough to like ask and be able to like ask me so many questions in such depth. Like it doesn't feel like you interviewed me for the sake of interviewing me. Like it feels like you genuinely care, and I feel like that means more to me than I like you could ever know. Like say in the future I do get famous, like I hope I do, and I like do so many interviews, like this I'll always remember this one. Like this will
Okay,
always have a special place in my heart. Yeah.
thank you very much. And for the final question, are you happy?
Yeah, I'm so content with myself right now. I
Okay.
think compared to all the parts of my life right now I'm happiest.
Okay. Now to our final last things. Obviously, you just dropped an album. Is there anything else fans can expect in the future, along the way or anything? Or?
I think I definitely do have like a bunch of songs like lined up that I know I want to release next, but I thought like let me take a break, let me just work on like promoting right now. Like
Okay.
I do want to nosedive into more music, but I just want to like try to focus on promotion right now, and then when I get to a point where it's like I think I've done all that I can, then I'll go into working on that.
Okay. And for our final thing here, where can people find you at, like for social media handles and everything?
Yeah, so right now my album is called Bunny's Vestiges under my name, Senria Nath, and it's on all streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon Music, um, whatever's out there. It's everywhere. I put my lyrics up on Genius too, so you can look at that. And I also have other songs. Please check them out. And my TikTok handle is my full name at Senria Nath, and my Instagram handle is at stream Senria Nath daily. Um, and yeah, I think that's me.
Okay. Well, don't hang up yet because I have a few things I need to talk to you about off interview. But apart from that, I'd like to very much thank you so much for your time. Um, I know, damn, almost 2 hours. But listen, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Other than that, I have nothing else much. Is there anything else you want to add or?
I would just like to say thank you so much again for interviewing me. This has been like beyond anything I could have ever imagined.
No problem. Apart from that, YouTube, I will see you guys in the next interview. Yeah, and thank you guys so much for watching to the end. See ya.